grip of the forgotten. The child's laughter echoed through the empty marketplace, bouncing off the crumbling clay walls. But there were no children here. Not anymore. Adisa froze, his machete half raised over the yam vine he'd been harvesting. The sound came again, high, bright, and wrong. It was coming from the well. The one sealed shut after the disappearances began. A tiny hand, black as polished obsidian, curled over the edge of the stone rim. Then another. Adisa's blood turned to ice. The well woke up. Bones and laughter. The village of Oluwani had been dying long before the children vanished. Drought cracked the earth like a starving mouth, and the river shriveled to a trickle. The elders whispered of curses, of broken taboos. But Adisa, youngest of the harvesters, had no patience for ghosts. Until today. The thing crawling out of the well was shaped like a charred, smooth skin, round belly, even the beads little Kosi used to wear in her hair. But its eyes were empty. Not black, not white, just hollow. And its smile stretched too wide, splitting its face like a ripe figure. Uncle Adisa, it chirped in Kosi's voice. Come play with me. His machete slipped from his fingers. It moved wrong. Joints bent backward. Fingers too long. It scampered toward him on all fours, giggling, its belly dragging in the dust. Kosi. Adisa choked. The thing tilted its head. Yes. It's me. Its voice was perfect. Its teeth were not. Adisa stumbled back as it lunged, those tiny hands clamping around his ankle. Where it touched, his skin blistered, bubbling into the same obsidian shape. Pain shot up his leg, not burning, not freezing, but unmaking. He screamed and kicked. The thing flew back, hitting the well with a wet crunch. For a heartbeat, it lay still. Then its head snapped upright. You're it shrieked, and the well began to cough up more of them. They chased. Adisa ran. The village bled past abandoned huts, the skeletal remains of the sacred baobab, the rusted bell that hadn't rung in months. Behind him, the laughter multiplied. Dozens now. Hundreds. He burst into the elder's hut. The well. The children, there. Elder Ife looked up from her mortar, her single good eye sharp. Not children, she corrected, grinding a bone white root. Abiku. They pretend. They hunger. She held out a pace that reeked of iron and lightning. You let one touch you. Adisa showed his blackening ankle. Ife cursed. Then we have until sunset, she said, smearing the paste over the blisters. After that, you become like them. Outside, the first Abiku reached the hut. It knocked politely. Uncle Adisa. We found more friends. The reckoning. Salt and teeth. Elder Ife moved like a storm. She flung open the door and hurled a handful of salt into the Abiku's face. It screeched, its features melting like wax. The others hissed, clustering in the shadows. Bring the drum, Ife ordered. The old rhythms. And pray you remember the steps. As the last sliver of sun vanished, Adisa pounded the goatskin drum while Ife danced, not the gentle steps of festivals, but the stomping patterns of war. Every impact sent cracks through the earth, splitting the Abiku apart like rotten fruit. But the biggest one, the first one, just laughed. "You can't kill us," it giggled, even as its legs crumbled to ash. "We are always hungry. We'll always come back." Ife grabbed Adisa's wrist and pressed his palm against the thing's chest. "Then we give them a feast," she snarled. The blackened infection surged from Adisa's veins into the Abiku. It shrieked as the curse reversed, its stolen skin dissolving until only a pile of beads and baby teeth remained. Ashes and promises. At dawn, the world collapsed in on itself, swallowing the last whispers of laughter. Adisa's ankle was scarred, but clean. Elder Ife slumped against the drum, her breath ragged. "They'll return," she admitted. "When the land is weak. When the people forget." She pressed a single bead into his hand, Kosi's favorite. "So we remember." In the distance, the river gave a feeble gurgle. The first in months. Moral: some hungers are never satisfied, only delayed.